Hi, I'm Elaine Harding. Welcome to my blog and also to my YouTube channel at stampwithelaine.com. Today I actually have another sneak peek for you. Stamping Up, its biggest annual event, is at the beginning of the new year and it launches on the 4th of January up until the 29th of February 2024. During this period, you can earn free product with every £45 you spend. There are two tiers of free product. One can be stamps and dies as a bundle, but that has a threshold of £90 spend, excluding shipping and handling. You can earn all sorts of products with the £45 spend. You can get paper, stamp sets, ribbon or embellishments, and of course the stamps and dies, which are available as a bundle with a £90 spend. So I earned some free papers, and it's called Flight Airy 12 by 12 inches or 30.5 by 30.5 centimeters designer series paper. And these are the patterns. They're lovely spring colours. We're going to be using this one, sort of birds mostly, colour washes, patterns, more birds. They are just so cute. So you can actually cut up these images individually if you don't mind losing the other side. This is equally pretty with some swirly flowers. So I earned my free papers by investing in this bundle. It's called Thoughtful Expressions, and these are the dies. So there are 6 nested circular type fancy dies, and then 4 of these ones, fancy rectangular ones, and 4 dies which fit the images here: the bird, the single flower, the bouquet of flowers, and this sprig. And then you've got extras like this fancy flower that I used, and the leaves, and this little die that cuts 3 flowers but it's actually a single die. So let's get started. This bundle comes from this new mini catalogue. It is available from January 4th until the 30th of April 2024, and I think it's part of the Poetic Expressions Sweet Collection, which you'll find on pages 60 to 62 of the new January to April 24 mini. The inks I'm using are Lost Lagoon and Tuxedo Black Memento ink. And I'm also going to be using the Calypso Coral stamping blends and Lost Lagoon stamping blends. Card base is basic white thick, and I've cut it this way so that when you stand the card up it's in landscape. But I usually cut it like this so that the card doesn't slide. This is 4 1/8 by 11 3/4, so you score at 5 7/8. In metric, this will be 10.5 by 29 centimeters, and you score at 14.5 on the long side. This is an inside matte layer which measures 3 3/4 by 5 1/2. In metric, that will be 9.5 by 14 centimeters. Now, out of the designer series paper that you can get free, the Flight Airy designer series paper from Sale-a-bration, you want to cut a piece that is also 4 1/8 by 5 7/8, or 10.5 by 14.5 centimeters. And you also want a strip that is 3 inches wide by the 12 inches, because you want to cut this label from it. I also cut a second layer of this label in basic white or any scrap that you have, and then glue them together, because if you want it raised on dimensional, because designer series paper is lighter weight. In addition, you'll need some scraps of basic white to stamp and die cut your bird and sentiment, and Lost Lagoon and Calypso Coral scraps to die cut the flower and the leaves. First, glue your designer series paper on. I know it's such a shame to cover the reverse side of the paper, but needs must. Now I'm going to put my glue on the directly onto the cardstock rather than on the paper, because I think that the glue marks tend to show. So put that on, and you may need to trim it down. Make sure it's all covered. You can see that it needs a little bit of trimming, so I prefer to do it this way to get an exact coverage. I'll die cut one in Whisper White and one in the Flight Airy DSP. I'm going to stamp my hummingbird in Tuxedo Black Memento ink. When the block is too large for you to handle easily, you can turn the block upside down so that the stamping image side is face up, and then you can take your ink pad to the stamp and stamp. I'm going to take my stamping blends and I shall speed this up, taking artistic license. I don't have that vibrant blue and it doesn't tone in with the colour of my card base, so I'm going to be using Lost Lagoon and Calypso Coral to match the colours in the designer series paper. Now I'm going to make my cutting sandwich. I'll need platform 1, platform 2, the thin die adapter, base platform 3, cardstock, the hummingbird die. I'm going to put some washi tape on it to stop it from moving. And this doesn't matter because it's cutting a blank. And I need to cut 2 of these, so I'll do that one first and I'll be back. Now we've got the elements for the front of the card ready, but we need to tackle the inside of the card first. So I'm just going to stamp this sprig on the inside, right in the bottom corner here. There's an emergency side. It didn't quite come out. That's better. And I'm just going to quickly colour that in with the light Lost Lagoon. Now we're going to apply adhesive to the back and stick it down, leaving an even border all round. Now to the front of the card, I'm just going to put glue on this bit around the edges so I can glue this together. Make sure that it's an exact fit. And when I'm gluing large pieces, I sometimes use a wider tape. Make sure that's the right way. Centre it on to my card front before pressing it down. Now, I've put a double stack of dimensionals there. I'm doing the same with the bird on the wings, and I wanted that a little bit more flush, So actually I put a double layer of glue dots on it instead. Bring in the Lost Lagoon ink, stamp my sentiment, and then trim it. Now I want to trim that at the right angle, so use that angle and have it parallel to that line, and then you'll get the exact match on both sides. Trim a bit more off. Mount it on double-sided tape. Oops, wrong card. And then pop it along here. This one is a bit shorter than the other one, but no matter. Glue dots to the rescue. And I'm going to just snip this off at the bottom so that there's room to go in underneath. Needs a bit more. There you go. There's the card finished. And that's using the Flight Airy Designer Series paper from Sale-a-bration. So thanks for joining me today, and I hope you enjoyed this sneak peek, and I'll be back with more inspiration next week. Thanks for watching. Bye.